And now one more exclusive interview tonight, this time with the man whose own words helped put that grocery store stock boy behind bars. Tonight, right here on 2020, he changes his story. And here again, Ryan Smith.
A dramatic development in the Mario Casciaro case. The man at the center, the state's star witness, whose testimony helped send Mario to prison, now says it was all a lie. Shane Lamb sat down exclusively with 2020 with a stunning confession.
Why are you coming forward now?
Because Mario's in there for 26 years for something he didn't do. I didn't have anything to do with this. Mario didn't have anything to do with this. He doesn't deserve to be in prison.
And it's safe to say that he's serving 26 years in a maximum security prison because of your testimony.
Yeah, that's right.
He said he was coerced by a prosecutor hell-bent on putting Mario behind bars.
What do you want to say about your testimony today?
All of it was false. Every single thing, the state's attorney set it up.
He's talking about Assistant State's Attorney Michael Combs, saying he forced him to place Mario at the crime scene to get that immunity deal, the one to avoid being charged in Brian Carrick's death. Shane says his back was against the wall.
I was arrested for cocaine charges. My offer was 12 years. They said that I'd be indicted for murder if I didn't cooperate.
And it came down to him or Rob Render.
He said Rob Render was in Lake County Jail. If I didn't want to talk to them, that they're going to go to Rob Render next.
So you believed that they were either going to feed a story to Rob Render that he was going to tell about his involvement or Mario's involvement, and
right.
Whoever took the deal first.
Exactly, yeah, 100%, that's how I felt.
Here he is giving his statement. But according to Shane, what you don't see before this point, before the cameras roll, he makes allegations that Combs sat him down for an hour without his lawyer, telling him what to say point by point.
On December 20th, 2002, Mario Casciaro never called you to say, come to the store and talk to Brian Carrick because he owes me money.
Never.
You weren't his enforcer?
No.
Did you guys ever get into a fight?
No.
You never punched him 2 or 3 times, knocking him unconscious?
Never.
And then Mario never said to you, get out of here, I'll take care of this?
Never. Never happened.
Explosive allegations, especially if true. But there's a problem. Shane Lamb has a long history of lying, along with a lengthy rap sheet.
You're a 5-time felon. You spent a lot of your life in and out of jail. Can you understand that people are going to say, well, how can we believe him?
You know, they believe me enough to use my testimony to put him away. But now, since I'm telling the truth now, they're going to say I'm lying.
And this, if Shane is to be believed, why would a prosecutor risk so much?
Why would he put his career on the line, threatening you, just to put Mario in prison?
I don't know why a lot of people do not like Mario for some reason in law enforcement.
That's a question we put to Mario himself.
Police took the stand and talked about how you were arrogant in talking to them.
I don't feel I'm arrogant.
Do you think that you're sitting here maybe in large part because they just didn't like you?
This isn't a popularity contest. This isn't the senior prom. This is my life. If I'm sitting here because they don't like me, then I shouldn't be here.
The state's attorney's office wouldn't go on camera because the case is on appeal. In a statement to 2020, Prosecutor Combs denied coaching Shane Lamb out of the presence of his lawyer, calling it unworthy of belief, untrue, and too far-fetched.
You know, as I hear you today, I think, what do you have to gain from all this?
I have absolutely nothing to gain. The only thing that can happen to me right now is them recharging me for murder. I have everything to lose right now.
So you have nothing to gain, everything to lose. Is that why you think people should believe you?
100% they should believe me. It's the truth.
How does this change your defense of Mario?
It dramatically changes it. I mean, I think the underwear that's been discovered, the witness statement about Renner's plan to attack Brian Carrick, combined with Shane Lamb recanting everything. He was the whole case. I mean, he was the only person that was responsible for Mario being convicted.
But then, who killed Brian Carrick? All 3 stock boys tell a different story. Shane Lamb now says he was never at the store that night, and no co-workers placed him there either. Mario Casciaro claims he was eating pizza in the break room. And before his death, Rob Render proclaimed his innocence, and Brian Carrick's body has never been found. But for Shane Lamb, one thing is clear. He is willing to spend the rest of his life in prison so that Mario doesn't have to.
And he's in Menard right now, one of the worst prisons in Illinois, for 26 years, and I just feel like they let somebody make up testimony to get him locked up for 26 years, and he's sitting there and he can't do anything about it. I'm not going to have it on my chest anymore.
You were the one who put him in Menard.
I was, but I was following what they wanted me to say. They just wanted to close the case.
Seems like this weighed heavily on you.
It did. I don't want to be the reason that he's doing 26 years. If, Mario was watching this, I just want to tell him I'm sorry. His family, I'm sorry.
If you feel so deeply about it now, where was that feeling when you were telling the story that put him in prison?
At first, I don't care how tough you think you are, it doesn't seem real until somebody gets convicted.
I'm happy that he's finally telling the truth. I wish he would have done it at the trial, so that way I wouldn't have been subjected to this, because this changes your whole life.
Are you losing hope?
When you sit in here, it's hard to be optimistic. Every day that goes by is another day that I'm not with my family.
Oh, God bless Mario.
My dad's 79 years old. I don't know how much longer he has left. And every day that goes by, I'm missing out on that.
You're missing out on being with your family.
We lost Brian. We're not going to get him back. And then the only thing I can hope for is that I'll meet him again someplace.
Two families in pain and seeking justice for their loved ones. But has justice been served? Where Brian Carrick is remains the mystery on Johnsburg Road.
There are some updates since we first began reporting this story. Sadly, Brian Carrick's father, William, died this past December without ever knowing his son's fate. Shane Lamb, who changed his story, pled guilty to an unrelated charge and faces 40 years in prison. And as of tonight, Mario Casciaro was still in prison at Menard, his new legal team appealing his conviction.
But a new hearing could change everything. Bizarrely, that underwear in the ceiling, which Kathleen Zellner thought may have contained Rob Render's DNA, no longer exists. However, there's yet another set of clothing that was discovered, never tested, taken from Render's trash after Brian Carrick's disappearance. It's being tested now for DNA, and Zellner hopes to have the results in time for a new hearing in 2 weeks. So the mystery on Johnsburg Road continues, and we'll stay on it.